Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be playing another game of League of Legends, probably Alistar, to try to carry our way up. I want to show you just a couple of things before we jump into Q here, real quickly. Oh, and I'm the Strategy Professor, and this is part of an ongoing series in which I try to support every single game to get up to Diamond. We've kind of fallen on tough times lately. We're sort of treading water in Plat 5, but we're learning, trying to get better, and yeah, hopefully we'll get up there. I have been as high as Plat 1 this season, and I've been as high as Plat 1 3 of the last 4 seasons. Last season, I only got up to Plat 4, I believe, before the reset. But this is what I want to show you. You need to be able to adapt your build. You have to adapt your build. You can't just have a certain build in mind that's your favorite or that you think is really good or that you read on a guide somewhere and not deviate from that. It's really, really important that you understand the momentum of the game, the threats in the game, and what you need to do to be able to win the game. So let's take a look here, for example. Alright, in this game, now, this was a couple of games ago. This one's actually going to be on the channel, so sorry if that spoils some of it. I won't tell you which episode it is, but this is one from the channel. So, they had an Annie that got to like 8-0 or something really quickly, like in the first 8 minutes of the game. Something like that. Lucian got destroyed in lane, I believe. He wasn't doing well at all. These are mostly cleanup kills from the last 10 minutes of the game when they were just running it down middle and everyone was out of position. But in lane, I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering this correctly, I'm pretty sure we did very well against Lucian in lane, especially considering that Skarner was down there quite a lot. But I want you to take a look here. Teemo has no MR. Graves does have some MR. Jinx finally got MR as like her 4th item, and it's just a QSS. Syndra did get an Abyssal Scepter, but no other MR. She finally got a little bit. Like, these are at the very end of the game they got this. You have to switch up and get MR. If there's a threat that's going around killing everyone that's an assassin, you have to switch your build up. Jack's here. Now, I know this is kind of a cookie-cutter build, but you need to get a Banshee's Veil. If it's something like Annie, we should see Banshee's Veils over here on everyone that's not me. Because I'm Alistar and I have other MR stuff I have to get for everyone else. But you notice, I switched up my build. I didn't go for a Frozen Heart. I didn't go for a ZZ. I went straight up for, oh my gosh, we are getting murdered by this assassin. Let's get things. And I went for the Mikhails because it's really hard to react to a Flash Annie stun on somebody, especially if I'm not close enough to activate the Locket. So that's why I went Mikhails first, is because it can retroactively heal people and get people out of a stun, whereas the Locket just does, it has nice protection, but it's not as good against an all-in assassin that's going to front-load that damage with something that's an instant cast, like Tibbers. So, Mikhails, and I was working on Locket. So you have to be able to adjust your build. And a lot of times, especially, I notice AD carry builds, people get too much damage on their AD carries without thinking carefully about what's going on in this game. Like, look at your enemies. They had no tanks. This, Jax finally built some tank items, but if you notice, he has almost no AD. Or, armor. He finally got a small piece of armor. So no one over there has any armor. You look, there's no armor anywhere, not even Skarner. It's Trinity Force, into Ruby, into Locket, no armor. So why does she need to get 3 full massive 80 items before she gets a defensive item so she doesn't get killed for the 10th time by Annie? So just think carefully about this, an IE plus Hurricane is enough damage. It's enough. It's enough for you to at least get as your 3rd item, get a defensive item, get a GA, or get a Banshees, get something as your defensive item 3rd, because they don't have tanks, they don't have armor. So you don't need a lot of extra damage. You're already melting them. But I'll tell you what, you know how to do a lot of DPS? Don't die. That's how you do DPS. It's really hard to do DPS while you're dead, unless you're Karthus. Or maybe Yorick. But it's really hard to do DPS when you're dead. So if you can actually stay up in the fight, then you're going to do more damage. So don't think of a GA as, oh, I'm sacrificing damage, or a Banshee's Veil as, oh, I'm sacrificing too much damage, we're not going to have enough to melt through them. It's like you're actually getting more DPS out of having a GA or a Banshee's Veil because you're not dead. If you stay up, I'll guarantee you staying up alive, even for an additional 10 seconds or so, is going to do way, way more damage than getting this rapid fire cannon or whatever is going to do. I promise you that. So don't think of a GA item as punish or as a defensive item as punishing and like, oh, I shouldn't do this. I have to carry. I have to do more damage, because you're actually doing more damage by staying alive. Let me show you one more example, then we'll get into the game here. This is the last game. This one's not going to show up on the channel, but for the vast majority of this game, I was like 3-1 and 15 or something. It was only at the very end when they were just completely pile driving us that I got those extra kills, and the same thing was with this game. But now finally, she got a Negatron cloak. But once again, this is way too late. This was the last item that she got. So she got 3 full items first, including this armor pin item, I believe. This might be the one that does extra max health damage. But either way, look at their builds. None of them have any defense. Look at this Cho'Gath. He was the one terror in this game. So he got up to like 8-0 early on. Same thing as Annie. No one gets MR. Like, she got that just now after she finished her 3rd item. She was working towards GA finally. And that's too late. It's way, way too late. Go for Essence Reaver and then Static Shiv instead of PD, because Sivir really wants to push. And she usually gets crit, so anyway, Static Shiv over PD. But either way, 2 items, then a GA or a Banshee's Veil against a very hardcore Assassins team. A GA would have made sense here because they also had a Talon. So she was also trying to split with her all squish build, and Talon kept hunting her and killing her like 5 times. This guy, no MR. He does have health with his Rod and Rylai's, but you need some MR. Get an Abyssal or something. Just anything. MR. Right here. No MR. She has a Maul. It's okay. Riven was just getting completely stomped this game. But the bottom line is, you need to get MR. I mean, she died 13 times. 13 times. So just look at it. They don't have tanks. No one over here has armor. 0 armor items. So why do you need War Dominic's Regards? You don't need that. Some of them have some MR, but not really. I guess that's an armor item, but I mean, let's be real. That's not really a useful item. So they really don't have MR either, so you don't need to go 4 item echo damage. Like, get a GA. Get something. Like, so that's just my word of the wise here. That's exactly why we lost the last couple of games. We were doing very well in the early game, I'm pretty sure. At least in bottom lane. I think the laning phase was very good. But I don't want to post up too many losses in a row. I think people will just be like, if it's the first video they see, they'll be like, oh, this dude's terrible, I'm not going to watch anymore. Potentially. I mean, I did get a downvote on... Now, I don't have that many downvotes, fortunately. I hope I don't get more, like after saying this, jinxing myself. But it really makes me sad when I see downvotes. And I shouldn't take that personally because it's YouTube and there's millions of people and people are just going to downvote you sometimes. But one of them was a dwarf multiplayer game where I lost. And it could have been because I mentioned something about a language barrier because I was playing against a subscriber of mine who's really cool. And I think he's from Poland, I believe, or something like that. But we were both speaking English in the chat, but what I really meant to say is, like, the chat was the language barrier, because one of us thought the other person was making the game, and another one thought the other person was making the game. So anyways, it was a misunderstanding, and I apologized, but this person may have been offended because I said something like, language barrier or something like that. But it also could have been because I had a loss. So I just don't like to post too many losses up. I do post some up occasionally, just to keep it dramatic for subscribers, but I don't post that many because I don't want that to be the first impression that some people see of my channel. Stone Vein. I just want another win. It's not that... So those games, just to put a bow on what I said, those games weren't really lost composition-wise. Like, we had an okay comp. There's also tons of arguing in the last game, which didn't help at all. But it was a psychology thing, because they were arguing a lot. And there was also just a build thing. It's just, look at the items. Like, just press tab. Anytime you're going to go back and buy, or sometimes even in lane, if we have a second for push 10, you notice that I'll just look at tab quite a lot, and I'll be like, okay, they are at 2 items, so we can't fight them bottom lane. They have an edge on us. Or they're up a lot of CS, they're up items, we can't fight. So just always look and think, can we fight, should we fight on the items? Now, sometimes I'm guilty of not looking at other champions, so I'll just look at my lane, but then I won't notice. For instance, last game I didn't notice that Cho'Gath had a Proto Belt. He rushed Proto Belt first item. and it inadvertently led to one of my deaths. So even I don't do it enough. But look at how the people are building, and think carefully about your build. Is this the optimal thing to do? Don't go the same build every single game. I know there's an optimal build a lot of times that you want to run, but just think, am I behind? You know, who's building which defenses? These are very important questions to ask, because if you're behind, depending on the champion, you need to switch your build up. Like, you need to be able to go something that's tanky or versatile or whatever, and this is why I always recommend playing champions that can play well from behind. Riven is a champion that can't play well from behind, so that's why I don't recommend playing him. A lot of assassins can't play that well from behind. Malzahar can, though. He's kind of an exception. And there are some other ones, because he still has CC. So even if you're losing as Malzahar, he can still clear waves, he can still push lanes, and he has CC. So, okay, good. Lucian's better than Vayne. I still don't particularly like Lucian. He's okay in this meta. He's good at early game pressure, though.
Nothing can hold me back.
So he could have a lot of kill threat here. He's okay later in the game. I mean, he's very mobile. He's kind of niche. He's just very short range, and he doesn't benefit from a lot of the best items. I mean, he does get Ghost Blade, which is nice. I think that Sivir and Jhin are the best ones right now, by quite a large margin. In patch 6.17, Lucian will probably be a little bit better because Sivir and Jhin are getting nerfed. And Jinx is going to be a lot better. But, yeah, play champs that can play well from behind. Ezreal's another good example. Like, he can do a lot of damage, but he can also play really well. He's very safe. That's why you see a lot of pro players playing Ezreal. It's because if you're behind, then he's still good because he's very mobile. So if you've watched, I'm still kind of slowly working my way through the LCK championships. I like to watch that when I'm going to sleep at night, just watch a game. I spend the rest of the day working on videos for this, working on my syllabus, and working on PhD stuff, but play a champ that can play well from behind. Even LeBlanc is okay from behind because she's very mobile. Sivir is the poster child from playing well from behind because she scales better than anyone else. She's great at team fight, she can initiate, and she can disengage with her ult. She's just too good right now, frankly. Okay, so this is going to be really good before he gets an hourglass. Okay, never mind. Less good. For us. So Vi's the type of champion where Tahm Kench would have probably been better here because Tahm Kench can actually save people from a Vi ult. And Tahm Kench can save people from Malphite. Okay, we're not versus Poke, so I'm going to go for Ali no MR. This will give us a little bit more CDR, and I always post up the runes in the description after a subscriber asks for that, so thanks, that was a good tip. It doesn't take me very long to add that in. And I just go for a lot of health. The reason I go for the health with Alistar is he lost a lot of his tankiness off his ult. So you have to make up for that tankiness some way, and so I think that the health is better. Bond of Stone is okay, but health scales very well with his ult because it basically doubles your effective health whenever you cast it. So if you have 1,000 health left and you pop the extra 50% mitigation, they have to do 2,000 damage to you to kill you. So I do feel a lot squishier as Alistar, so you have to be careful not to sit there in huge team fights. You have to just cast your stuff and get out. Did he pick... He picked Jace into Malphite, right? Am I mistaken? Isn't that what happened? I think he picked Jace into Malphite, and that is a massive, massive mistake. Now, Sivir's pretty good against Alistar, unfortunately, because she can block his combo. But what you can do is, if you notice that she blocks it a lot, you can W2 her and then wait just like a half a second and then use your Alistar Q. Because you'll still go to her, she'll block it, and then use your Q. But try the full combo first, see if you can get her with it. And then it's kind of mind games after that. I'm going to get a couple of potions, or all pots, so we can go all in and be really aggressive here. It's kind of mind games after that. So we'll see. Because if you need a W and then not Q her, if she's going to shield it. If she's not going to shield it, though, then you're going to knock her back with the W if you do that. So it's a very challenging mind game to play with her. You have to switch it up, and it's just kind of guesswork. But first time, try to full combo her if she has the reflexes to stop you. Alright, so they're invading. It's fine.
You must follow.
No, 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 no. Not going that way. Not going that way.
I know the way. Now I'm angry.
What happened here? Did we get some action? Yeah, we got a nice trade on her. Sweet. Okay, so Sivir's gonna be late to lane, so we can push this up. Need to watch out. Who's their jungler? Vi. So we need to watch out for Vi coming down through here.
Nothing can hold me back.
Couldn't quite get close enough for it. But they took a lot of damage off of that. That's good for us. Oh gosh. Well, Sivir's gonna be able to knock this out. No, we might hit level 2 first. They might actually hit level 2 first because that Sivir clear is just so crazy. I kind of want the full combo. We hit it at the same time. It's fine. Let's get a little bit of damage on her. Does she have the healing thing? Where is she? Up there. No, she doesn't. Okay. Warlords is what I was thinking of. Dude, this Lucian's playing way too scared. Like, I mean, I know they have a huge wave, but... There we go. Get some hits in there. Nice. Like, he's standing so far back. 15 to 18. I guess he is winning in CS, but dude, I can heal you through this. Like, oh, I ran out of mana. That's alright. This Rune Page doesn't have as much mana regen as other ones. Okay, Lucian didn't come. That's alright. Nope.
Now I'm angry.
That's cool. Or they're gonna miss some CS. I should be able to get in here and get a little action on them. Okay, so she blocked... Oh, did they change the Alistar? Because it blocked the W, it didn't knock her back, but it did knock her up. Did they change that bug finally? If that's the case, then Alistar is still really good against Sivir, because it'll block her W, but not her Q. That's what it looked like happened. That used to not be possible in past patches. Like, she used to be able to block both of your skills with one thing. If he wants to pull me in, that's not terrible. Okay, we almost got him, because he was taking tower shots. I don't quite have enough mana. That's where I really wish I had a Fairy Charm. This Lucian's just like being super passive, like he needs to get in there and do damage. Like he's so scared of Blitz, but as you saw, it didn't even matter. Did he have to flash that? No, he didn't. He just jumped out of it. I'm trying to bait her. I mean, she's watching me carefully for the thing. I need to just use it if he can get damage on her. I mean, it'll give her mana, but whatever. That means that he can do his full rotation to her. Fight him! Jesus, dude, he has like full health. Like, he's using his stuff to farm instead of to pressure. You don't want to do that. Like, Lucian, his whole thing is early game pressure. Because he's not going to scale as hard as any other popular AD carry right now. I need to save mana because Lamp's coming, potentially. I don't know what she's doing. She's hunting Vi, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna let him know I'm gonna go, I guess. Maybe his reflexes are really slow or something. Use something! Oh my god. Man. Like, if he just queued right there, like, you don't even have to go hardcore. Although you could go hardcore because you're at full health. And she's at like 30%. Killed her. Yes! Like that! Come on, man. Like, we should be owning this lane so hard. I might try out the Mobies this game. We'll see if I can roam a little bit better. Alright, we need to push this in. They're gonna... This Lucian is just way too passive. Like, if you want to play like that, all the way in. If you want to play like that, play Ezreal, man. It's fine. Like, there are AD carries that need to do that, but with Lucian and Alistar, especially an Alistar that's hitting this many combos, like, you really need to leverage that. How are we looking CS-wise? Basically even. She's going to come back and get a few of these too. This should not be happening. But go for the health. This, and then we're going to go for a couple of Fairy Charms for more pressure. And the pot. So I do want pinks, I do want wards, but at the same time I just really need more pressure here. What does she have? She has a BF. Do we have a BF? No. How much AD does this have? 20, 40, 40. Okay, so it's the same amount of AD, it's just different items. And we get the extra pin. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, they are level 6. They have to be a little careful. Mid's missing. If he wants to pull me, that's fine. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see that? He just chunked her out because she's having to run away. Like, do that as Lucian. Like, maybe I should tell him. I don't want to make him mad though. Like, I don't like telling people how to play in the game, but that's what he really needs to do. Gosh. Does he have heal still? Nah, he used everything. Well, no, he's about to have heal. He didn't have it to begin with. She did, though. I'm pretty sure she just used heal. So it gave her some mana, but she took a lot of damage. So they did fix it now. So Alistar is way better into Sivir now. She can't shield everything with one thing. Be nice. God, we've come so close to killing this dude so many times. I'm gonna get the Blitzcrank if I can. Like, we're failing this lane because we need to win it early. And I feel like we've had a lot of opportunities, but...
Nothing can hold me back.
Nah, we failed it. I still have ult.
Nothing can hold me back.
A little dangerous if the jungler shows up, but... Okay, well, we did get somebody at least. Okay, good. Should get a tower off that. Nice. Okay. We didn't get Sivir, but we got everybody else. So my flash was definitely a fail there. I don't really know, honestly, what I was going to do. I was thinking maybe I could knock him back over here if Lucian came around this way, but he opted to ult through the wall, which was perfectly viable. I shouldn't have tried to make that play. So I think my laning phase has been very good with Alistar every time. I feel like we've pretty much won lane. And all of the... This is my 7th game, I guess, with Alistar. A couple of which won't show up on the channel. But... Alright, I'm going to try out Mobies this time. I know Mobies are historically very, very good on Alistar because he roams so well. So we'll try him out. I did like the extra cooldown reduction for fights, but maybe I just need to run around and just try to kill people more. I mean, that's usually a good plan. If you're a support that can roam very well, is you want to roam, so we'll try it out. Oh, wrecked. Oh my gosh, outplayed. You've got to know she's going to throw a charm straight at you. Like, a more creative play would be to jump over the wall or something at her. Lucian should be pretty big right now, I'm thinking. What? I just ran past that. God, did I not see her tucked in there, I guess? I don't know. Now, she's probably going to try to come down here and get a kill. I do have ult, so we have to be careful. Get out, get out, get out. I got a block for him so that they don't get the hook on him.
Nothing can hold me back.
Okay, LeBlanc's missing, that's why they left, but I have to clear this. Or at least do some clear to it. Zion's coming, I think. No, 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 no! Okay, that should be a kill, though. Oh, that interruption, though. Dang it. I just had to not get hooked there for a little bit. Okay, who's fed? Ari, Sivir's getting a little bit. I think I will get... I might just get a ZZ then. It doesn't have CDR. I really wish they would just give ZZ like 10% CDR or something. Show it a little love. I mean, if you have to lower some stats a bit more, it's fine. Just make it like 50-50 and then 10% CDR. I mean, I guess that's the trade-off, is it doesn't have health, it doesn't have CDR, and those are the best stats on Alistar, but it does have, like, a really super usage passive. I have to get over here, she's gonna get this dang tower. She's gonna be able to run away too, probably. No, I can't do it. Alright, so let's just push this up. Go middle. Get ward control. Yeah, you shouldn't ever, like, do your little ult thing into, like, where Blitzcrank can just silence you. Because it's not even a skill shot. All he has to do is just press R. This is very dangerous. Okay. I need to get something else. Just get Raptor Cloak, it's fine. I mean, heck, I might get a Mikhail's again. What do they have? It's really good at healing up through Vi. It doesn't stop her knockup, I don't think. But it might stop her knockup. I don't think it does, though. Get this. Come on, Lucian. Get up here, buddy. Need to get this warded and swept. Got him, coach.
Nothing can hold me back.
No, we don't have Lucian. They're face checking all of this stuff. We could kill them, but we just don't have Lucian. Yeah, I was hoping I'd be able to bait her. Should we get? Yeah, just get this. Yeah, Ari has good wave clear. You're not gonna get that tower. Yeah, see, we just kind of held on to our stuff there. We just sort of assessed the situation, kind of figured out what needed to be done. I saw that Zivor's spell shield went down. Can we do this? I think we can. Flashed it. He doesn't have much mana left. Spell shield? You know spell shield? Dang it. Didn't do it fast enough. Did we at least kill one of them? No. How did... Oh my gosh. Seriously? How did we not kill one of them? I mean, I knocked them both up. I should have ulted. I don't know if I have enough mana to ult there. That was unfortunate. There's something I could have done better there. I don't know what without watching the replay. But I feel like that was the right call to flash Pulve there, because if we kill those two, then we get the tower. It was worth a try. Maybe one of them flashed it. I was waiting on Zivor's spell shield to go down. I was hoping Sion would do his stun, but to get it down, but he delayed it, or it was on cooldown or something. I don't know. So it did not work out, but I still think it was a decent call, given the circumstances. Oh, well, that's fine. Whatever. So I need to get some wards down here while people are dead. This will help defend. I mean, it is going to take some of LeBlanc's farm, but I hope she's mature enough to realize that that's still a pretty good move. It also defends our tower so that LeBlanc can roam. Oh, I messed it up. For real? Is this real life? How did Ari not die there? Well, they got the tower, I guess. So much tomfoolery going on there. Oh, come on, man. No, he's gonna die trying. You gotta let it go sometimes. If you mess up, just know that you messed up and just let it go.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, I think I am going to go for a chalice here.
Enemy has been slain.
Like, everyone's dead, man. Dead people can't group. But Sion is getting red while they're running it up middle, so I guess there's that. Go down here and put a Put a ZZ down there, I guess. Where do we need to pressure?
Stampede.
They're going to be around the dragon area, so I probably need to put a ZZ top, actually. Get a little damage on her, it's fine.
Nothing can hold me back.
Yeah, I could just put one middle, also.
I know the way.
An enemy has been slain.
Hold me back.
Yeah, I got her flash, it's fine.
Ally has been slain.
Are you guys for real? How are they dying down here? We don't have... Lost our jungler somehow. Like, seriously. If people aren't there, just don't do it. Like, just wait.
I'm angry.
Like, yeah, we could have gone down there, but those were free summoners, because people go for this. Like, it's so easy to get people to go for this. Can we kill this guy? Like, please? He's alone. Like, are we gonna do anything? Like, they are There we go, finally. Holy cow. Like, what are these people doing? They're middle? I see their portraits.
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy killing spree.
How are they losing this?
Has been slain.
Now I'm
No, you don't have her. She runs away, dude. Well, do it. Shut up and do it then. Like, anyone that's caught out, you need to just kill them. That's a have ult. Like, what's everyone doing? Like, why aren't we killing this person? gosh, we do have a team, you guys. Confirmed. That's so easy. Like, I understand they're tanks, but they're caught out. Go, go, go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Catch people out, you actually follow up. We probably do need a rocket at this point. Yeah, let's just get a rocket, whatever. For Ari. She is getting kind of fed. And she does do some AoE damage, and so does Malphite, so we'll switch over to Locket. I still want to get the Mikhails, though, to help heal through a little bit through either a Malphite ult or a Vial. Get it. We're just gonna pick up Vi, that's fine. I need to watch out because they're gonna be rotating over there. Blitz is chasing me there. Now they are kind of split up. I think we just get the tower. Let's get the tower guy. Alright, Sivir's bot. Their wave clear is not here. Like, why are we doing all this? Like, I pinged question mark bottom because she's down there, not to actually go down there. And then I pinged question mark bottom and then pinged mid. Like, stay mid. Okay. Do we really need more pinks? I mean, we do. We do. Extra CDRs. I think I'm going to have to sell them to get the CDR. I'm sure I have a pink somewhere on the map still. I just can't leave that much money on the table. I guess I like Mobies. I'm not really sure. Yeah, they're low. They're low. They're split up. Someone start the fight. God bless. Oh, now we want to go mid. Okay. I don't have Jace here. It's alright. Just get in here and get some hit. Alright, I'm saving my exhaust for Vi when she does her thing.
Has destroyed an inhibitor.
There we go. Now we're waking up. You just have to be patient on these, because it takes a little bit, but they're getting pressured middle. Ari's in the middle. Or you can just do that. saw Ari middle.
Has destroyed a turret.
I'm just like, just be patient, just be patient. Ah! I can charge him. I'm a living contradiction. I meant to combo her, but I got... we're not gonna get him. Nah, let's get out of here.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
No. Okay, well. That's kind of lame. Can't say I feel too sad, though, because I've had some teams. I mean, this is one of those teams, too, like, where we just have problems. Like, people are just acting crazy. I don't do this enough, either, but you can also bait with the ZZ portal. It's a really good baiting device. I'm going to try to memorize the Mikhails on my 3 key. It's important to put the same item on the same hotkey as much as you can, just so you get more muscle memory into your hands for the hotkeys. So 2 has been my... Now, they're not going to come out here for any reason, though, right? Okay, we can get her. No, not working.
I'm angry.
Okay, we got his flash. That's a good one. Need to put a ZZ bot here.
Nothing can hold you.
So it's kind of awkward because the tier 2 is still there, but it is slowing up these CS. It will eventually help push. And it, like, people will go for it. I need to knock Vi out of the pit here. Who's out of the pit? Oh, Lucian's out. Okay. I just need to block for everybody. He's just gonna die. That's fine. Got the Mikhails on him. Alright. Jeez, that game is hard, but we ended up getting on the right track and finally getting some work done here, so that's good. So what happened that game? I'm trying to remember. I know that my flash middle, I still defend that was probably a good choice, although if I did have the mana, and I don't remember if I did or not, I should have ulted when I did it. Or I should have not flashed under tower. I thought I might take 1 shot, but I ended up taking 2. And I thought more people would be able to follow up on that and get kills. So I think that was an okay choice. It would have been safer to back up, but given the circumstances, if we got those kills and they were very low, and I knew Sivir didn't have spell shield, I think someone was dead. We saw Blitz was off on the red side. So I don't know. There was a lot of circumstances there where I think it was the right move to go for that, because if we got both of those kills, it would have gotten the tower as well. And so that was one potential mistake. I'm trying to remember the other times that I died. I've played so many alley games today. I can't really remember, but I think overall it was pretty good. I seem to think that we were winning lane by quite a lot. But if you notice, Lucian, yeah, he had a good score at the end. But we could have been pressuring them so much more in lane. Like, I had so many combos on him where Lucian didn't do anything. And I'm not saying you have to always go all in, right, whenever Alistar gets that combo. But just throw a Q or whatever your little, I think that's his little laser zap thing. Just throw that in there. That's a couple of good hits. Alternatively, you could just dash in, double shot, laser, double shot, and she's got to leave lane when I do it. I mean, yeah, Blitz might pull you, but if you're in the wave, if you keep the minions between you and Blitz, you can very easily follow up on that. At least dash in. I think dash in, double shot, Q, double shot, and if she's not dead, she's running. And that's kind of the end of the lane. So, I feel like a lot of my combos, there was a chance for him to do that, and he didn't, and he spent too much time farming. So, I mean, I know he kind of wants to play safe, and that's fine. And we still got some good trades in there, just me, trading. But I think overall it was pretty good. I kind of like Mikhail's on Alistar, as weird as that sounds. I don't have a ton of armor, but they didn't have a lot of armor threat. So, and I do have my ult. So, I'm a little weak to persistent damage from Sivir, but I shouldn't be caught in the middle taking constant damage from her. Mikhail's is kind of cool because then I can use those 2 fairy charms that I make earlier into something else. Alistar does need a lot of mana in a long fight. The MR is nice, and it just gives you 1 extra way to peel your allies. So it not only peels CC, but it heals them for a decent amount. So it is a little goofy because you don't benefit a lot from the extra shield and heal. I mean, it helps a little bit, but let's be honest, it's not a lot. So that's kind of a waste on him. And it doesn't have health, but it does have CDR. So the fact that I run the runes that give me, probably the extra, 350, 400 health in the mid game, I feel like it lets me get something like this. The ZZ and the Mikhails might be a little ambitious for not having more health items, but I think if they don't have another dedicated AD that's going to do persistent threat, like Vi's not really going to ult me and all in me, most likely, so I'm not going to be taking a lot of damage from her. But if they had something like trying to think, like a Gnar or a Quinn or a GP or something like that, then I would probably want a little bit more armor and health. But if you're against, a few APs, AP, and people that have like a lot of CC, like they've got the Vi and the Malphite, they didn't really chain those together that often. But I think all of that makes Mikhail's a decent choice, just because magic regen is very good on Alistar. So I still like the ZZ, as I've explained numerous times. It just adds extra lane pressure and gives you decent stats. And it lets you get extra movement speed around towers. So Alistar loves to dive. And yeah, it's good. And you get some gold out of it. So it not only helps you push, but you actually get gold out of it. Now, it does take the place of another split pusher, so if that's splitting, then it makes it kind of superfluous for Jace to split, but that lets him do something else on the map. So, you don't see it a lot in LCS, as I've explained before, because they're much more coordinated and they have like dedicated split push comps, and they know what they're doing a lot of times. But in solo queue, people are out of position a lot. They don't ward for their own splitting a lot. And it's just a myriad of other problems. So I just like the ZZ. It's also very good at tower defense. If your team doesn't have a lot of clear, which a lot of people don't pick a lot of clear in solo queue, then it helps you keep the tower up. Like, we were able to keep mid tower up for quite a while that first tier, I think because the ZZ was helping. We didn't get to showcase a ton of game-breaking behavior, but we had chances. Remember that ZZ middle in the bush, and people just kept trying to go for it? Well, we were able to get Sivir summoners out of it and Malphite summoners out of it. Now, it didn't work out because they engaged bottom when 2 or 3 people were top, but it could have worked out well because it baited them. So if you just put a ZZ in a bush, people just want to go for it. They hate those things so much, and you can very easily bait that. So it's a good way to bait, it's a good way to push, it's a good way to defend towers, and it has decent, if they have balanced damage, it has decent resistances. So I'm a fan of ZZ. So overall, I think that was pretty good. I think we were able to apply some really good lane pressure. I do like the Mobies on him. It just lets me get to places that I need to be at faster. I mean, I could try out the silver shoes, but the thing is, like, once you're in there, once you use your CDs, you don't really need to run around that quickly a lot of the time. So it's not as important in combat, but you have such a good initiation that I think it is useful to have them outside of combat. So Moby's on Ally, pretty strong. It is debatable whether you want the Ionians or the Mobies, but I think Mobies. I think I want to try out the Mobies just because it lets you roam around and get more catches. So you're not going to be as efficient in fights, and it's not going to be as good for team fighting because you're not going to have as many ults and as many cooldowns and other things. You're not going to have as many flashes, but it just lets you catch a lot more and gives you a lot more power in the mid game, I think. So yeah, another reason that I stopped using Alistar, and I remember it now after having people flash away from my combo, is Ezreal was super popular near the beginning of the season, and especially when I was moving up to higher ELOs, when I was playing a lot of Plat 1, Plat 2 games. I think that people were playing Easy all the time, and Easy is very, very good in Alistar if it's a good Easy, because he can just blink away, and it totally wastes your combo. Also, Sivir was very popular, and Sivir's Spell Shield used to be able to block both of your things. So if you comboed into Sivir, WQ, then it would block both of them. Because the Spell Shield, like, blocked for, like, a certain length of time, like a quarter of a second or something, and it was long enough to block both abilities. But now it looks like they've changed Alistar. They've fixed that glitchy interaction, so now if you WQ, it blocks the W damage, but you still get the Q knockup. And that is a massive, massive buff to Alistar in the current meta because Sivir's so popular. Ezreal's still a problem, but he's fallen off. He might come back next patch. We'll see, because they're nerfing Jhin and Sivir. So Ezreal might be coming back. But Alistar, not an awesome pick in Ezreal. What else isn't he an awesome pick into? I don't know. Almost everything else is pretty solid. Anything that can dash away. I mean, Lucian can dash away from it too, so he's not awesome into Lucian, but he's okay. He's a really good pick into Blitzcrank, because a lot of times you don't mind if they hook you in. You can just Q, and I mean, we almost killed that Blitz. Like, I feel like that Blitz should have died 2 or 3 times in lane. We were so close on it. I think Lucian just wasn't following up fast enough. He was just playing super cautiously early. Which, I mean, he ended with a nice stat line. I like not dying. That's a perk. But I think, like I said, that we just could have punished him much more in lane. The Sivir, I think, was doing much better. If she hadn't gone AFK for that time, we may have had a harder time. I think we probably still could have won. I do like Sion. I haven't seen a lot of Sion jungle, but it felt like whenever he showed up, he was pretty relevant. He's pretty strong. Jace, Jury's kind of out. I still don't like Jace that much. He's okay. I think LeBlanc's really good. This LeBlanc, it was perhaps not her finest hour, but I think LeBlanc as a champion is pretty good in this patch. What else? Ahri was obviously doing very well that game. Malphite's kind of Jury's out on Malphite. He's okay. He's okay. I mean, the thing about Malphite, and I will play Malphite sometimes, so I get forced to play top, which is almost never in this patch. Or even this whole split, because they did this where if you pick support, you pretty much get support every game, because so few people like to play it. But if I have to play top, I play Malphite, because he can play well from behind. So even if I'm just completely getting stomped top, which I usually am, because I never play it, so I don't know the matchups at all that much. I don't know when I should go all in. I don't have a lot of practice with top champions. So Malphite's just relevant. Like, I just commit to falling behind a little bit on CS, but then I still have my R. I can still be relevant in fights. Someone like Gnar, if I just practiced him a little bit, would also be pretty good. But frankly, I just don't even need a backup role because I play support every single game. That's one of the perks of support, is you can really dedicate yourself to mastering that role. You don't have to constantly split up and play the roles. So, thank you very much. That's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed this, please check out the other episodes. This should be Allie episode number 5. So I've gotten some pretty good reception from Allie so far. Now, one of them's a loss, so hopefully people, won't get too upset about that. But one of them's a loss, but we still had a dominant laning phase, I think, in that game, if I remember correctly. And then things just didn't work out in the end. But I still think you could learn a lot from that game, and that was one of those games where I started this episode talking about the magic resist thing. That was one of those games where it showcases why you need to be able to switch your builds. So I think there's some good educational moments in that game, even if we didn't end up with the win. But that's going to be it. Do check out the rest of the episodes. We have a ton of Tom Kench, a ton of Alistar. We have a decent amount of Nami and Zyra. I will try to get some more of those in there, but I think I'm going to be playing a lot of Alistar in the foreseeable future. I mean, the next patch might shake things up. We'll see. But for now, I think Alistar is pretty strong. Also, check out the Total War Warhammer content if you're interested in that. The quick battles are a lot of fun to watch. They're relatively short. You know, most of the battles are about 10 to 15 minutes. And I describe in the pregame sort of my strategic decisions. Then afterwards, I go over sort of what happened and how I could have played it better, and you know what I think of the enemy's build. It's basically the same format that I do with League of Legends, but you just get to see it with a different game, different strategic elements. But I think it's a ton of fun to watch, even if you're not familiar with Total War. You just kind of heard about it and you're not sure. I think it's still very interesting to watch. I explain it pretty well, where I think you can understand the interactions in the game and sort of what's at stake and what the matchups are. So if you like supporting, or if you just like good strategic thinking, go ahead and check that out. We also have legendary campaigns over there, so those are a lot of fun. We don't exploit, we don't abuse auto-resolve, we don't do any other things that give us an unfair advantage. So I think those are pretty fun to watch as well. And that's going to be it. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. It's always a blast for me to record these for you. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a wonderful evening.